GSL 시즌2 코데스.
Welcome back to the GSL Code S. It's time to eliminate our first player in Group C, a fight between Super and Dark.
I really don't know if Dark is going to own Super here. Like, Super is playing very well. The whole group is playing very well today. Dark is just having a hard time in GSL, man. He's not a GSL champion yet. You'd imagine he would be by now. But
some of our players that have had success all over the world have yet to really prove that themselves in that final test to become a GSL Code S champion, and Dark is one of them.
Well, Super was looking good enough against Maru, and you know, he's enough of an innovator that I'm excited to see what he opens with. If he does something completely standard, if he does something like, here's my Archon drop, here's 2 prisms, no, he's dead. Okay, like, I can't imagine Dark will lose to the very standard cookie cutter stuff. But maybe he brings something new and cool like we saw against Maru, in which case he could do it. He could move on and hit Curious, and then who the hell knows who's going to win.
I will say, I feel like Super today has leveled up as a player. He's playing better than we've ever seen before. Maybe tonight is going to be his night. Of course, overcoming Dark in a ZVP is no small feat. Anyways, guys, let's see what happens. Newkirk Precinct is our map. Let's get into this Zerg versus Protoss. In the bottom right, in the blue, he is
Super.
In the bottom left, in the red, he is
Dark.
The chair matches the hatchery.
Yeah.
Maybe he's actually at a hatchery.
He's at a hatchery in the studio?
Yeah.
Here, let me check. No, he's not.
Oh, no, he's lying. I see it. It's a hatchery.
Ooh.
My word for Sears Ortosis. What are you going to do?
I guess so. People are probably going to believe you, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because they want to believe things that are crazy. They want to believe there's magic in this world, but there's not. We're all just corpses walking around.
There is magic. Everybody clap your hands and believe in fairies or esports dies, all right? What is that thing they do in Peter Pan?
If you cheer hard enough, maybe Super will win.
Oh, God, I remember they would do that at WCG like way long ago. They were like giving away stuff. They're like, but let us know your favorite player and be sure to cheer for him, and maybe he'll even be more motivated to win the game. I'm like, I don't think that's how it works, man.
Like, I don't think it matters how motivated you are. This Korean player is going to crush you.
People are like, he just got angry. He lost game 1. He just got really mad and made a bunch of units and killed him. I'm like, yeah, that's not exactly how this works, but it is a strategy game.
Oh, man. Well,
it's not like every fight sequence in a 90s movie. The hero's getting beaten up, and then he just like comes back.
Well, those are always great, man. Dragon Ball Z. You actually haven't watched Dragon Ball Z.
The cartoon?
You've missed a lot of the most important things in life.
I saw a good amount of Dragon Ball Z, actually. I used to watch that after school.
You should watch the
What else
entire
about my
thing?
past are you just going to decide for me, Artosis? Are you just going to be
You
like,
haven't watched Star Trek.
no, I was not a Star Trek guy.
Okay, well, I mean, here we are again, Tasteless, with you just not watching things you should watch.
Artosis, how dare you?
What do you want from me here, man? Who's your favorite captain of a starship?
Oh, Captain Picard.
Can you name 2 others?
Hold on a second. I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to turn in my nerd card right now.
See? Here we are.
Yeah.
Huh.
Who are the other captains?
Well, we have
There's Picard and
Kirk.
Captain Kirk, thank you.
We have Cisco. He's in Deep Space Nine. We have Janeway for Voyager.
Wow,
Those
look
are the
at
names
you.
right there.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're all good. They all have
Did
their
you
own
see,
merits.
I think it was in the French elections, but somebody talked about, somebody made a reference to Star Wars in the French elections and referred to it as Larry Skywalker and his talking bear friend.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, no, I'm totally serious.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, oh my God.
I bet you Todd voted for him. Oh my God. Todd's like, oh yeah, I love the talking bear.
I love the talking bear, yeah. Larry was a great Jedi.
It talks. It's so funny.
It goes, "Grrr, liquor."
Oh man, that's hilarious.
So we have 2 more gates coming here, and Adept Glaives is on the way.
Yeah, very quick Overlord speed. He's just scouting out everything, very Dark-esque.
taking some of the shields off the Cybernetics core.
Yeah.
The new meta.
Seeing if those glaives will bounce over.
Yeah.
You know, the mutaglaves bounce.
Yeah,
why don't the
Adepts
Adepts
glaives bounce?
You know, funny thing is, they're called glaives, right? And when Adepts were first made, the upgrade on the Twilight, like during the very early beta, made the glaives, they didn't bounce exactly, but they did splash damage. But now that they don't do anything like that, why are they still called glaives? Why does Zerg have glaives that bounce?
There's only one way that we can fix this. We have to give Adepts glaives that can bounce.
Yeah.
Already right now, somebody's adjusting their fedora on Reddit, ready to respond to this about why it shouldn't happen.
No, this is... Listen, if we're going to keep the lore real, what is a glaive? Okay, it's supposed to bounce around. We should have some splash.
You're right.
You're already -1 attack on the Adept. You already made the Shade small vision. You already took 10 health. Give me bouncing glaives.
And let me tell you something. I think that when a Phoenix dies, it should just come back from the dead in a little bit, okay? That's what the name of the unit is.
Oh, my God, you're so right.
Yeah.
Jeez. I like it, Tasteless.
That's right. Just let everybody reflect on that for a little bit. Okay, so the Warp
And the Thor should have a hammer.
That's right. Why does the Thor not
Give
throw
him
a hammer? Yeah.
He should be a melee unit. A big. He's like the Ultralist for
He
Terran.
should be able to cast Thunder as well.
Oh, you're right.
Artosis, the Warp Prism's coming out. I thought he was going to pick up those sentries for a second, but he is going to go for just a middle-of-the-road harass. He's just going to get some Adepts out and try to see if he can't shave off any workers anywhere. The Forge is on the way, and the third Nexus goes down.
All right. Now back to talking about stupid and balanced things.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Tasteless. Who let you update in another 2 minutes with what everything is going?
We'll read
now back to the Tasteless update where he says everything that's going on in 30 seconds.
Now back to the game we're actually casting.
Yeah.
Looks like he actually deflects that. Oh! Guess we got the tail end of that.
Yeah, I don't see any probe deaths, so I guess he's okay.
So far, so good. Bruising the probes is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I got to say, Dark's defense over here against the Warp Prism, really, the Warp Prism hasn't done much of anything.
Yeah. We also definitely need to point out, as this game is progressing, like, Dark is kind of playing like he always plays, right? Like, he's trying to do things like Baneling drops. He's gotten quick Overlord speed and Zergling speed here to maintain safety. Look at this. Right now, he's just baiting with an empty one, making probes lose mining time. Look at that, a Guardian Shield. Well, I mean, that's the last thing you need unless you think there's queens in there.
Yeah. Even then, if there were, I'm like, I don't even know if you need the Guardian Shield for that.
But yeah, he's going into Hydra Bane, and if you haven't done any damage against a Zerg player and they go into Hydra Bane, especially on a map like this, it's incredibly hard to stop because they just kind of run the Banes into all your stuff, especially on such a wide open map. And he's not actually doing any very good counterattack. He has some sentries, which will be helpful, sure.
They might buy him time, but they won't help him win the fight.
Yeah, and not just that, you can't really attack. Now, he's getting his Templar Archives, but he will not have Psystorm when this hits. So, I am very much preferring Dark's position here. He's going to have a sick economy, a ton of hatcheries. He's going to have Banelings with speed and Hydralisks with their upgrade. This is just looking very good for Zerg at the moment.
Well, Dark is somebody who just knows how to get into proper late game. Looks like he's going to take out this first Observer. Nicely done. Goes ahead and backs up. 4 more gates now. The Templar Archive's almost done. Now, Storm is very important against something like Hydras, so we want to definitely keep our eyes peeled for when that tech actually finishes and how many Templars the Protoss has if the Zerg decides to attack in. Yeah,
he's probably just going to make Archons for now.
That's a good point. He might want to do some Archon harass or something. Oh, no. Storm coming down right away.
Okay, he is getting Storm. But, again, the Storm is too slow. And this army, he's basically going to have very perfect force fields, and Dark is going to have to mess up with these Banes. Those are, the 2 things that need to occur right now. Because this army, for Dark, is better than the army that his opponent has. Without Psystorm.
The strength of this rush partially goes into the fact that there's a very big berth that the Protoss has to try to cover. So many force fields go down. The Hydra's now shaving through those pylons, but these Banelings are going to come in from the side.
Yeah, more force fields going down, so he's hit some good ones, but oh god, he has to use so many of these force fields.
Oh man.
The Banelings going right through this line.
completely destroying everything there. He may have actually used too many banelings on the probes. He does get 14 workers, but it seems like Protoss might be able to take out the rest of this army.
He can clear the rest of the army, but his army sucks now, basically, right? Like, he lost, like, 6-7 sentries. He lost his Archons and High Templars, so even though Storm is finishing, he has no High Templars that actually have Storm energy. Dark has 4 bases. He has 5 hatcheries. Everything is still looking very good for Dark, in my opinion.
It's a situation where initially you see the Protoss survive, but then when you zoom out and see the big picture, you realize that Zerg has so much momentum now. Protoss getting a 4th base right now, I can't imagine it.
Yeah, like, we saw a game just like this, Billowy versus Biel on Abyssal, right? Like, Biel just started trading in with the Ling Bane Hydra, and you can do that while keeping your economy up and teching up towards Broodlords. And, like, the units that you make to counter Hydra Baneling do not counter Broodlords. So it's just like keeping them on that, and like even if you're trading at a slight disadvantage, you're going to be in good shape as the Zerg player. So Dark is in immense control of this game. And there's the Infestation Pit.
We have the 4th Nexus starting here. There are also 4 High Templar here, so that's going to be very handy against the Hydras. And Overlord Cocoon, though, it looks like he wants to drop and then possibly hit the 3rd base and or the 4th base during this attack. And it seems like the majority of the Protoss' army is really just concentrated here at that 3rd, knowing that Zerg is going to be maxing out way before the Protoss will. He's also got a Warp Prism in position, so he can try to do some warp-ins, hoping that the Zerg might overextend.
Yeah, it's like a good idea, I guess, but this actual army of Dark, he cannot attack onto creep at all against it, and it's smart of him to be taking a 4th base because there's not like a lot of options open to him at the moment. Dark, on the other hand, going right up into the hive.
Okay, 7 kills there, nicely done. The probes are transferred back. This is Overlord at 13 HP, so it could be gunned down in a second here, and it looks like it is. But yeah, Dark is just growing more and more and more. There is access over here to the 4th base with Banelings and Zerglings, so it's possible that if Super is not entirely on top... Oh, nice. He actually shuts that down. Then he can't get in there as easily, but yeah, if Super's not completely on top of that, he can end up suffering a lot of losses over there as well.
And, you know, with the +2, of course, you can one-hit those probes with these Banes, so he's just going to continually try to roll these in and get damage done. Looks like the cannons will save those probes this time, so that's nice, but... the thing is, Dark doesn't even have to harass anymore. He's on this tech route that is so difficult for Super to stop.
And look at this. He can just come in here and take out the Nexus, and this just keeps Dark further and further ahead. In fact, he's even going to hit the Zealots and the Nexus at the same time, knowing he basically has an army advantage here.
This was really well done. It keeps Super back. It hurts his economy. And what is Super to do? This is a 5-base Zerg with so many hatcheries, great upgrades, teching right up the tree. Like, he's... Oh, man. I know this spot so well, Tasis, because I lose so many PVZs exactly like this.
This is like the worst feeling.
It is
when
such
you're
a
against
bad
a Zerg
feeling.
like this where you can't really get out of your base and you just keep losing stuff over and over.
Yeah, this game in particular is why we see a lot of Colossus timing attacks from top Protosses on this map. Yeah. Because Colossus kind of makes this army comp a little bit negated. Like, Colossus just does very well against Hydra Bane overall. But Super going into this more normal tech phase after not doing damage makes it like really tough for him to actually get anything done. Now this is a good time for him to move out, though. He has a lot of Psy Storm right now.
Okay, this is really smart, though. He's sending so many Lings, Banelings, and Hydras over here. There's not enough quite to defend for the time being, so he can just connect this on to everything. Meanwhile, I think Zerg even has enough to hold off a counter. Whoa! A lot of Banelings just lost on those Archons there.
And he's killing a base, though. All he needs to do now is erase the rest of this army. Oh, my God.
Wow. 4 Templar killed there. There's been 32 probes massacred so far. Zerg's going to come in from all the different angles and just completely eat up the Protoss' army. And I think there's a high chance that Super is going to have to tap out here.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. GG. Dark takes game number 1.
Well, guys, I mean, for anyone who wonders what it looks like if I were to stream some StarCraft 2, just look at that game from Super's point of view. That's like what my games look like. But yeah, that very well done from Dark. Like a perfect understanding of everything he needed to do right there. Super, on the other hand, like if you are, especially on an open map like this, right, where you just don't have enough force fields to stop the Banes from rolling over you at your 3rd, you need to either do damage early and keep the Zerg on the back foot or go for probably Colossus Tech. Those are the two ways that we've seen Protosses actually deal with this style on Nuker Precinct.
Okay, Proxima Station is where Super's going to have to begin his comeback. Dark played a very clean, conservative ZVP. He just teched up, got enough units, knew when to attack. He definitely kept shutting down the Protoss, whether it was taking out probes or hitting the Nexuses. By the end of the game, Dark had so much he was able to counterattack, take out a Nexus, and still come back and wipe out a completely high-tech, sophisticated Protoss army.
After running 40 Banes into Archons.
Yes, yeah. He just had way more.
Yeah.
The scariest kind of Zerg is the guy that always just has more than you. And the scariest part about Dark along with that is he's still good at all the other features of Zerg.
Yeah.
He's still fine doing aggressive all-ins or
he's
doing
not
Nidus
just a
play.
dumb macro guy.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Okay, game number 2 is on. Super versus Dark. In the bottom left, in the blue, our Protoss player, he is Super. Whoa. Big cheers for Super. I almost jumped out of my chair. And fell to my death from our balcony up here.
Yeah.
Ah!
That would be really bad.
In the upper right. Dark. I guess if I fell from here, I'd probably just like break a leg.
It matters what you land on. If you land on your head, you're done, Tasus.
It's true. That's why I always cast wearing a helmet or two.
Oh, man. You are funny.
Cast wearing a parachute doesn't open up in time. It's a
No, yeah. Like, well, I mean, you have to be at least 5,000 feet in the air for that to work, Tasus. What are you doing? Oh. Okay.
One of my friends who's never been to the studio was watching, and he's like, so, you know, how do you guys get to the restroom in time, you know, on the breaks? And I'm like, oh, we have a special fireman pole built in. It goes right to the bathroom. And he's like, really? And I'm like, no. No, we do not have that.
No. We
go very quickly.
He's watching right now. He's getting red in the face because you're making fun of him.
Jesus, you tricked me!
So, the build order here from Super, just going to get out very fast 2 Adepts while still taking quite a fast Nexus. It's a very popular build right now. A lot of people are using this as an opener into either Glaives or Archon drops, so we could be seeing that out of Super. This is a very different map than the last one, though.
Yeah, that's quite true.
It's not wide open at that third.
This is a build where you're really trying to lean on the Zerg a lot and expand behind it instead of some of our more standard builds where you have 1 Adept because you don't want to just die to something random and you can kind of poke and kind of scout with it. Instead, you're really trying to get in the Zerg's face right away. I don't know. Is this a great build for this map, though, Artosis?
It's okay.
I feel like this is actually, if you're going to use this build, this is probably not the map to do it on.
Like, I mean, it's not my favorite map for the build, but it's like, this is just kind of a solid opener overall that transitions well into a couple other builds that he might really like to do. Like, for instance, if you want to do something with Glaives, this is a good opener. If you want to do the Archon drop. And, of course, Prisms have a lot of area to fly around here, so it could definitely be like an Archon drop follow-up. So
that's true.
In that way, it's pretty strong. But, yeah, this is like also a map, though, that you can easily have 3 bases as Protoss, like basically for free, and it's super hard to break for Zerg. Ooh,
he actually might get a premium surround on this. Oh, is he going to get it? Oh, my God, they got away.
I can't even believe that.
I can't even believe it. They're never going to stay in the rest of the base. Stay in the base for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Can't even cast. Can't even talk, Artosis.
No.
Can't talk.
Oh, my God. So it is going to be an Archon drop, it's looking like here.
We've got the Roach Warren coming down now, and Link Speed's about to finish. Yeah, no, I mean, Archon drop, that could pretty much always be good.
Burrow.
Uh-oh.
That's super cool.
I think this might be a response to what Protoss is doing here.
Yeah.
Because Protoss starts out with a lot of Adepts, but the tech is a little bit later. And you can see even the tech that the Protoss is trying to do is really more so to continue to pressure the Zerg. Not to, I mean, you can continue to develop off this, but most of the focus is on, like, okay, Act 2, the drop.
Yeah. But look at this. Templar Archives coming up. So he's just not going to have the gas to make 2 Archons right away off of this. Very interesting, because we saw Billowy do something similar to this.
That was exactly what I was about to ask, is who was the other player who did this?
Oh, it was most certainly Billowy, my main man. Guy who doesn't make it out of the round of 32, but one day will be a GSL champion. Well, there's the first Archon.
It's a 1 Archon drop.
Yeah, eventually it can be 2.
That's Tastosis, the casting Archon, that will probably die in this Warp Prism. There we go.
Doesn't even come out, just flies into a spore. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's rough. This burrow is really neat, though. Like, I guess you can just burrow whatever the Archons are attacking, and then nothing happens there. Oh, he's actually pushing up. Now, he might have just... Maybe he thought this was just Glaives or something? I guess he saw the Robo, but...
Well, I don't know if there's actually going to be that much over here. Or here we are, Artosis. You know our fate. We're going to absorb 30 Baneling hits, and then Protoss still loses the game.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, he got it. Oh, my God.
Can he power down that pylon? Is that what he's going to go for? Or is he going to just
That is the most Artosis pylon I have ever seen. Artosis, take it away. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Well, this could be a quick one. That is painful right there.
Here we are. Artosis, we got to get back to our base.
Hey, he got 14 kills off of that Archon, too. That's too bad.
Wow.
The gates are not powered right now. I am so sad for him. Well, this is like pretty critical damage that's been done already.
Oh, no.
And the Archon
we can't get back inside. Wow, this is like so much damage. It's crazy.
Oh, man. Archon going to get surrounded down there as well.
Finally, these Lings are going to go and slip through.
Wow, that's a sick Archon.
Wow.
He dies doing what he did best, killing Lings.
Well, there's one Immortal, and you can see underground Artosis.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
he's holding on at the front, but 24 probes going down.
Let me tell you something. This is a real morale blow right now for Super, because even though it looks like this game is not going to end immediately here, like, you kind of know that you've lost.
Yes. You are super dead from here.
This is just really, really unfortunate, because obviously this guy's career is a professional gamer, right? I mean, he has to do his very, very best. He has to try so hard throughout the game, but, like, you know, logically, you know, it should be almost impossible to win from here on out.
Yeah, to lose that many probes is just way, way, way too much. Dark has 3 hatcheries. He has, like, detection, not that that matters. It's High Templar tech, but if you just make some roaches and some queens and stuff, you're going to hold on against everything. And how do you come back here as Super? There's, like, not really a tech route that does it. He just has to, like, gain value over time, hope that Dark wastes some attacks and stuff. But that's, like, the thing Dark doesn't do. Other Zergs might do that, but not him.
Yeah, it's obviously Dark knows the only way he can lose is if he lets Super do some damage. So Dark just now focuses on defense, keeps macroing up. And I just don't know. Look at the splitting here with the roaches. Not even letting the Zerg, or the Protoss rather, optimize Splash the way he wants to. He immediately burrows those down right after the fight, basically showing Super that he's doing essentially nothing to him.
The best that we can say is he's forcing him to stay back and make some units. But that might be what Dark wants to do anyways at the moment. Super's taking his 3rd base. He's making some mortals.
Actually,
oh my God.
Target that! Go target it!
Oh!
12! Don't stop now! Don't stop now!
Oh
15!
my God. Oh my God.
Now pick him up, pick him up!
Why did you get Burrow if you're going to clump all your drones on the geyser?
Wow. Can he save them both?
Jeez.
Oh my God, and the Warp Prism has
Okay, just send that
9
home.
HP.
Just send that home right
Don't
now.
be a hero.
Just send it home. Come on. Get back there. Let's go to game 3. Come on, Super. You can do it. Dark's like, no, you can't. Ravager time.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe he did that much damage. You're totally right, though. Why didn't he burrow?
Yeah, it was a little bit weird. Just burrow them all something. Okay, this is a lot of sentries, but there's quite a few Ravagers. Ooh, he's still microing this Prism, trying to pick off anything on the way.
Okay, Zerg's going to try to come in here for the killing blow. Oof. Nicely done. Takes out that pylon. There's nothing here for the Mothership Core to power up.
You have to try to hold on to this base, too, I think. You can't retreat up this ramp.
I don't know if there's enough Immortals.
Yeah.
This is just going to take too long. The Zerg's actually moving past the Nexus at this point in time.
It's got a lot of force fields here that are slowing things down, so that's nice. The Immortals are gaining a lot of value. Where is that Archon Prism? He really needs everything here right now.
Once again, there's an Archon somewhere on the map here. I think that the Zerg just pushes all the way inside. He's going to hit the pylon now and unpower that.
Another good force field goes down. He's trying his best to hold this off to kill everything. Oh, a nice burrow. No detection here for Super. No pylon once again from those gates.
Okay, he is going to be able to slip through right now. And, you know, even if these Immortals are microed perfectly, I think this is really just a game of math at this point in time. He's actually just using those corrosive biles to break down the force fields. There's nowhere to run. They're pinned up against the wall. I think we're going to have GG any second now. There it is. GG, nicely done, Dark.
Yeah.
Super is out of the GSL Code S.
Dark crushing right through Super. Definitely outclassing him in that match. But Super had some good games tonight. Definitely against Maru. He was a contender in that match. But Maru outdoing him at the end of the day, 2-1. And Dark goes up to fight Curious, the rematch.
Well, I feel for Super. I thought he did a really good job starting out today.
Yeah.
But you can see why someone like Dark manages to survive the loser's match. He's got a lot of different ways he approaches the game. He gets a very good read as each game goes on further. And ultimately, he comes out on top.
Yeah, very well played. Can he win against Curious, though, who already dominated him?
We'll find out.